Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to just film like a very January vibes kind of video. My birthday was on the 7th, so it just passed, so I wanted to pay a little bit of homage to my birthday month using the colors of my birthstone, Garnet. I googled different kind of like garnet makeup looks and they kind of just all look like red makeup looks. I did my own interpretation of that. I was going to kind of put like a zodiac spin on it and use like Capricorn inspired colors. But when you like Google that, they're not like, for Capricorn anyway, they're not cute colors that I feel would translate well into like an eyeshadow look, or I don't know, I just didn't find the color palette very exciting. So I went the more traditional route of using garnet. Obviously, I don't think a lot of makeup brands come out with garnet red eyeshadow. Although I did see BH Cosmetics put out a palette, and I'll shoot it up here, which kind of gave me the inspiration for the idea behind it. But even their palette looked a little bit weird to me. But either way, I did film this whole look. It is going to be more of a laid back video because, you know, kind of just chill vibes. This is the first video of 2021. If you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So I went looking through my eyeshadows, and of course I have my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 that has a few red that we can work with. I also have this little Bombshell palette by Profusion that has these two reds in it. I have my Morphe X Jaclyn Hill. This is the Vault collection. This one I feel like has primarily the colors that I need. I also have this Profusion Spectrum palette here. I have this like rust color. Actually, on camera, this might not be the best color. But I also dug out my Wet n Wild the 40 palette. And here we do have, of course, the red that I did use in my other video. I mean, I primarily just dug this palette out for that red because I don't think I can use anything else in here besides like the neutrals. We can definitely go in a couple different directions, I feel like. I'm tempted to just take my Volume 2 palette. I think I might start off a little bit with the Ring the Alarm palette because it has the, you know, I feel like the neutral tones that I need as far as building out my crease. I love this shade Bomb Ass. I have the shade Empowered, but I don't know if that's going to be more pink toned. I'm actually going to swatch them side by side. So I'm going to swatch Bomb Ass and Empowered. Yeah, so Bomb Ass is definitely more red, where Empowered is more pink. Really pretty though. For eyeshadow base today, I'm going to take this is the NYX eyeshadow base in Skin Tone. It's kind of like a, I've used this in other videos, it's kind of like a paint pot. So I'm just taking that on like this Wet n Wild concealer brush. I'm going to take my sponge, kind of just tap it out. First, I'm going to jump into my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2, and I'm going to take the color Certified. In the past couple eyeshadow videos that I have done, I have loved using like a creamy shadow to set my eyeshadow base. And I've been really liking it, so I'm just going to continue to do that. I'm going to take this JS5 blending brush. I'm going to grab the color Rush. It's like a warm tone brown. I'm going to just put that into my crease. So I want this look to be very red, but I need to like build the crease a little bit. So I'm going to use that color Rush to do that. I was reading, because I was looking up inspiration for this video, and I found something that said like garnet was like a brown with a lot of red to it. So I guess hopefully this works as a transition shade. Now I just want a very light wash of that. I don't want it to be very noticeable. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild blending brush, and I am going to take my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, dip into Living My Best, which is the deeper red color. And I'm going to put the red color into the crease on top of the Rush brown color. Now, the problem with a lot of reds on the market is they end up turning pink if you're not careful. Like, I don't feel like there's a lot of like true reds on the market, at least like warm tone reds. Cause see, even that to me looks a little pink in person. I don't know, it's looking on camera, I guess it looks kind of fine, but in person this looks very red. I mean very pink. I'm gonna take this Profusion palette because it does have this red in there, which is called Ruby, which is another birthstone that I am not. See, growing up, I never loved my birthstone because I love blue. I literally, red is literally not one of my colors that I just gravitate towards naturally. So growing up, I never loved my birthstone. Then I kind of just got to this place where it doesn't really matter. So here I am. I'm going to take the JH34 brush and take that color Ruby. I feel like that might be a little bit more warm red. And kind of blend that on top. Now I'm just kind of gliding the brush. I'm not like putting a lot of pressure on the shadow. To me that looks a lot more red. After I mixed in that red from that Profusion palette, I'm a lot happier with the color now. I'm going to take this clean JH30 brush and just kind of hit the edges so I can have it a little bit more blended. Kind of want to like cut this whole crease out, so why not? Let's get brave. I'm going to take that Wet n Wild concealer brush from earlier. Guess we can go with the e.l.f. Camo concealer in Tan Sand. Okay, so I'm going to need some concentration for this, so everybody shut up. Okay, so that needs a little cleaning up, but I think that's kind of the general shape that I want. I'm going to take this JS13 brush, this really tiny pencil brush, and I'm going to take the Wet n Wild the 40 palette, and I am going to grab that red from in there. I'm going to take that red, and I'm going to kind of blend out that cut crease line. So I mean, I kind of like that like cut crease look. I did want to take the shade Bomb Ass and put that like in the middle, but I think it's going to get lost with all the red in there. I almost want to go back into that shade Certified and kind of just pat that over where there's, you know, blank space. Ooh, oh yeah. I'm kind of really feeling that. Now I don't have my foundation on, so this probably will get covered, but then I can just go back and just blend it out. But I'm kind of feeling that. I like would love to just put some liner on and a lash and be done. I'm actually going to do this other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're about here with the eyes. I feel like they look a little weird that we don't have any like liner or mascara on. So let's fix that. I already curled my lashes, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of liquid liner. I don't think I want to wing. I'm going to take my Benefit Roller Liner. And I'm just going to trace, kind of just keep it close to like the lash line. Okay, so I have my liquid liner on, so I'm just going to give my lashes another curl before we go in with some mascara. For mascara, I'm just going to take my NARS Climax mascara because it's red, and that's what we're going for today. I want like a bigger lash, so I'm going to take these I'm going to take these Kiss lashes in Gala. They're nice because they're a little bit thicker, but I feel like they'll still, you know, be a little bit natural for the look. So this is what they look like. So in my other video, I talked about lashes that have like this little plastic end. So definitely have to cut that off. I'm going to take my lash glue. So I always talk about my favorite lash glue being the Velour clear lash glue. But today I'm going to use the black one. I never really talk about the black one because I don't think I really like it. But I have it here and I'm just going to use it for this video. I don't know. I find it hard to work with black glue because you don't know when it dries. Like, you kind of just have to do all the guesswork, and I'm not into that. I also like never know how much glue is too much glue. So I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of black glue in general. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna go for it and try to put it on and see what happens. I guess that's on. Let me put on the other one. So now that the lashes are on, I think I like the makeup look a little bit more now. Okay, so I'm gonna say something, and this is with brands everywhere. These feel like two different lashes. Like, I feel like I am wearing two different lashes. Head on, I don't think you'd be able to like notice right away, but I can like tell that this lash is like longer. Like, I feel like this lash flares out more, and this lash sits perfectly like on my eye. So we're just gonna keep moving. Now that the eyes are done for now, I'm gonna move on to the complexion. I redid my whole like skincare routine earlier. So I'm gonna start with primer. I'm gonna take the Pure 4-in-1 Anti-Blemish Mattifying Acne Treatment. This is the 4-in-1 correcting primer, but this one's made to like help with acne, and I have some issues right now, so I'm gonna take that. This primer freaks me out because it's like gray, like I don't know, but it goes on like once you smooth it out, it goes on clear, but still kind of freaks me out a little bit. But this primer is so nice because it feels so smooth. For foundation, I'm going to take my Clinique Beyond Perfecting and my Becca 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. I'm just going to mix the two. So I'm going to take the Clinique one more like in the cheek area where I have more like issues. Then I'm going to take so I've been working off my glass palette here. I'm going to take just a little pump of the Becca. I'm going to start blending that in. I love this combination together. Definitely like super full coverage. I don't know. I feel like I look a little ghostly on camera, so if I do, of course we're gonna bronze and do the whole thing, so give me just a second. This spot over here, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of extra love. For concealer, I am just gonna take the same e.l.f. concealer that we used to cut the crease. I have legit like 10 mirrors, and I can't find a single one of them. Okay, so all my concealer is now blended out. So I'm going to be taking my Covergirl Clean Fresh powder. And I'm just going to take it on the other end of the sponge here. I'm going to set my under eye first with this, and then go in with a loose powder. But I have been loving this for just like setting my under eye, because it leaves it so like smooth. And I feel like it just adds like a tad bit more coverage. Then for the rest of my face, I'm going to take my Beauty Bakerie Flour Setting Powder. Sometimes I forget about how much I love stuff because I have a lot of makeup, and I'm like a makeup artist and makeup enthusiast, so I'm always trying the next thing, or trying to find something else. But I always go back to some of like my favorite products, and this is definitely one of them. I'm going to use this powder to just set my face with. Before I go any further with the face, I'm going to finish out the eyes. So I'm going to take that JS13 brush and the red in the Wet n Wild, the 40 palette. And I'm going to smudge that under my eye. I'm going to take that red from the 40 palette and the red from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2, which is Living My Best, and kind of flick out. I almost feel like I should tuck like a brown shade in there. I'm going to take this JS12 brush, which is similar to the other brush, but it's a little bit longer. I'm going to take this shade called Framed right here, and I'm just going to tuck that like super lightly into the crease. So I'm just like grazing the color through, like nothing too crazy. I like that a little bit more, so it's not like as red. I'm just gonna do the same thing and kind of just run that. Not bad, not bad. I do want to take this Lolly color in here, and I'm just gonna take it with that same brush I want to put that, I wonder if it's light enough. Okay, yeah, so that's like a little pop in the inner corner. I like that color. It's very, it has like a red undertone, but like gold reflex to it. So pretty. Kind of want to add a little bit of color in with some pressed powder. So I'm going to take my Clinique Beyond Perfecting powder in sand. I'm just going to load that up. Kind of just add a little bit more coverage and color kind of in these areas here. Oh my god, I want to get the Fenty Beauty powder foundation. Oh, I want that so bad. I need to go get it. I love powder foundations, like I always have. Nobody was using like a powder foundation anymore. Like everybody was just using like translucent powders to like set their face, which, you know, it does do the job, you know, you get the job done. But I love the way like a powder foundation can give such like an airbrushed look to the skin. Like MAC Studio Fix or like this Clinique powder. I remember the Giorgio Armani like Luminous Silk Pressed powder. So good. I'm going to take my Morphe bronzer palette. This is the 8T. I love this. I don't really want to contour, so I'm just going to take, actually going to take that Cover FX brush and just mix them into the bronzers, which are Big Shot and Trailblazer, and kind of just bronze the face. So I'm just softly taking that color. I love a bronzed forehead. I think I heard Kim Kardashian say that, and I was like, me too, Kim. Me too. Sometimes, like, since I have such a small forehead, I can't go too, like, far down with it, because then I end up shrinking my forehead even more, and that's a problem that I have. I did find this Laura Mercier blush that I've had, and you can tell that I've had this for a while, because you can see, like, some of the colors, like, I don't know, like coming off, like oxidizing or something. But this is the color Rose, so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna take it on this AOA F14. This is just like a angled blush brush. Such a pretty blush. I remember I used to use this a lot, like on wedding clients, like when I would do their makeup. I miss doing makeup on other people. I really do. Oh yeah, see, this is the kind of blush I like live for. Like a barely there, like pinky, rosy blush. Yeah, live for that. I'm gonna take my Flower Beauty powder. Nope. I'm gonna take my Beauty Bakerie powder and just kind of bake right under my bronzer. Gonna bake down my nose as well. While my nose is baking, I'm gonna take my Artis Oval 4 brush and just contour. I'm gonna take the contour shade in this, which is called Misbehavin'. I love a contoured nose. When I did makeup on other people, I loved contouring their noses. So good. I'm just gonna take that powder brush and just blend in that bake. Then take some Fix Plus and just spray my face before I add any highlighter. I'm going to take my JH09 brush and I'm going to hit this highlighter shade from my 8T palette and just lightly highlight the face. Is it crazy that I want to take some of that lolly color as my highlight because it looks so pretty in the inner corner? I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to grab a little bit. Yeah. I don't know, this can go south pretty quickly. Oh no, that totally works. That looks so pretty. I think once you like buff it, like the kind of red base doesn't show up as much. It's more so kind of just like the gold reflex that shows up. You can kind of tell that it's a little red, like in person. Like you can kind of see the shape of it. Now let's finish off with lips. So I kind of wanted to keep in the red theme, so I grabbed this KKW semi matte liquid lipstick in After Party, and then I grabbed this Star Luxe gloss from Wet n Wild. This is a part of their, I think, holiday collection, but I kind of wanted just to like, I didn't want to add too much. I don't want it to be like red, but I don't think this is opaque enough by itself. So I just want to take a little bit of it and kind of just give like a stain almost. So I wanted something like that. That way I can just put the gloss on top of it. Because the gloss does remind me very much so of like garnet color. Like it's red, but it has a little bit of like deepness to it. It's not necessarily pink. I mean, I do like it. I think it kind of ties it all together. I wouldn't say, I don't know how I feel. I feel like I almost would have just put the gloss on by itself. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wipe this off and then just put the gloss on by itself and see how that looks. I feel like I kind of like that a little bit better. It's not as like intense in color, but it's still there. So, do like that. And that is the final look. So, I don't know if we kind of achieved garnet color, but I do like the way the eyeshadow came out. The complexion looks really pretty. The lip combo, you can always just do like a nude lip combo and it definitely would be kind of the same thing. But these lashes, it might be the glue too, because I think this lash is like falling off, yeah. I still feel like I'm wearing two different lashes. Like I kind of just, I don't know, it's weird. Because, funny enough, and I didn't say this earlier, but this lash had the little plastic bit on the end of it, and this one didn't. So I don't know what to do with any of that. But overall, I am happy with the eye look. It looks very pretty. I didn't even put any mascara or liner on my lash line because I think it just looks good like that. Overall, I am happy with the way it turned out. I did that like cut crease kind of moment. I think I will try it out with like a different color scheme in the future if I ever get back to this kind of like, this is a little bit more, I guess, graphic than I usually do. Or I guess, I don't even know what to call this, but it's a little bit more advanced than my basic just half cut crease. This was a little bit more of like a laid back video because I didn't really go in with like a concept, but I think it turned out really well. Let me know if you guys kind of like these more like laid back videos or if you want more of like a tutorial based video. Let me know, put it down in the comments. I hope you guys subscribe, hope you like, I hope you share the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.